here at WAND Radio strive to bring you the very best entertainment the High Academy for the Celestial and the Occult has to offer.
The Academy would like to remind our listeners that unicorns and other virtuous beings should enjoy WAND Radio at their own risk.
The management is not responsible for the continued purity of your unicorn. Thank you.
You're listening to WAND Radio, your musical muse for magical moments. Live from the High Academy for the Celestial and the Occult. I'm your host, Calliope Merriweather, and joining me are my co-hosts.
My name is Rupert. I'm a student here. Yeah.
And my name's Emmett, and I'm not.
Excellent. Well, it is so nice to have you both with me as we are broadcasting live to the student population. If you have any questions or would like any advice, feel free to send us a message or a sending or a scroll, and we are happy to answer your questions live on the air.
Yeah. This is going to be good. Yeah.
We actually already have a question, and I think it'll be great to get both of your input on this. So, this scroll we just received a bit ago, it says, our senior project involves a rather irate dragon. We have to collect some scales and one of its eggs. The thing is, I'm not sure that dragon the university provided is, female. What's the best way to tell my teammates we might be barking up the wrong tree? Signed, my stipend doesn't cover this. That is quite a pickle.
That definitely is a big pickle, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, how big of a dragon are we talking about here? I mean, is it like an adult dragon or like a little baby dragon or what?
Well, it's obviously an adult because it's capable of producing eggs in theory. Maybe part of the project is figuring out that it's not a female dragon.
Like a trick question.
Yeah. I've had many professors provide me with trick questions, seeing if I could think around the problem. So, my advice would be, dear Stipend, is that you should talk to your professor.
Yeah.
And see if you have stumbled across the solution to the problem, and I'm sure that it will go well. If not, we are not liable for any damages caused.
I completely disagree with that. I think that if you go and you challenge a professor, that you're probably getting an F or kicked out of the class. I just don't think that's the right answer. I think what you need to do is focus on getting that egg out of that dragon.
A less hazardous option, perhaps, would be to find someone who speaks Draconic and can actually have a conversation with the dragon, and maybe just ask politely as to the dragon's preferred pronouns. And that should assist with the issue, I think. Thank you very much for your scroll.
So wait a second. So they're going to go up and just say, hey, dragon, you want to lay me an egg? I'd really appreciate it. Looking to make an omelet tomorrow, with your egg and a couple of your scales sizzling next to some bacon. Be perfect.
I don't think there's any need to threaten the dragon.
Well, I don't think that's a threat. I mean, if somebody wanted to eat my tasty eggs, I'd be all over it.
You do have a rather unique perspective. Yeah.
Who's we?
I suppose, any...
I'll get you out of this one. We found a rather interesting item, the other day. It was more of the general V. It's not really it's not...
You all got generals on this campus?
Well, general education, yes.
All right.
I'll allow it. Yeah. So we found a wad. That is the rod of bees. Yeah. It's called the rod of bees. That it looks like.
Wait. Like the letter B. Like it's just it looks like a big bee. Like two little. No.
The animal bee. Like a little, like a bumble.
All right, like a little buzzing bee, like a little honeybee.
Yeah. Yes, you're correct. So 3 times per day, you can grasp this rod and yell, "Bees!" and a swarm of wasps shoots out of the rod.
I don't know about y'all, but I don't know if I can grasp my wand 3 times a day. I mean, that don't work for me.
It actually might provide a handy distraction for stealing a dragon egg if there were wasps swarming the dragon in the face from the use of the rod. Perhaps you could let someone borrow that.
Yeah, this is a good point. It does not specify whether or not you can control said bee swarm once you've released it. So be cautious. You could be arrested by the campus police for disturbing the bees.
Oh my.
I don't get it.
That's fine.
Well, no matter how you decide to deal with your dragon, it's best to proceed with caution.
Caution's a C.
Yes.
I'm really glad that you learned your letters, Emmett. We've got a new sending coming in. Let's see. We stole a boggle from the planer department and it got loose. Oh, that's not a good idea. There's oil everywhere and inspection is tomorrow morning. What do we do? Signed, definitely not dorm 35.
What the hell is a boggle?
It really makes you wonder. Kind of boggles the mind.
It's a small fey creature.
What the hell's a fey?
You know, like fairies, and pixies, and hags, and many other creatures.
Oh, all right. I got those little winged things, right? They flutter around the trees.
Yes, but not everything with wings is a fae.
And they like to eat apples and stuff in our trees, so we got this spray that we just kind of put on them and kills them dead.
That's horrible.
I'm sure that it is an effective way to deal with your problem, is medications and ointments and things.
Oh, I'm sorry that you have pesky pixies pestering you.
So, to solve Mr. D&D 35 their problem, what can we recommend?
Well, I would recommend a lot of prestidigitation and not stealing planar creatures from departments.
Are you making up words now? What was that? Present of what?
Why are you even at this college?
Well, chicks, man. I sit, under the tree and I play my lute all day. They just swarm around me. It's great.
I might have a spray for that.
Well, don't use the one he uses on the fairies.
That's a fair point.
Or a fairy point.
Oh, y'all are horrible.
I see what you did there, and I acknowledge it.
I would recommend not stealing, planar beasts from a collegiate department. That would be the first step in perhaps, resolving this issue, is just not doing it in the first place.
I think that advice is a little late, unless you can go back in time. Oh, hey, well, wait, can you go back in time?
Not easily, to my knowledge. But that's why I'm in college. I rhymed.
It was perfect. It is definitely a learning experience. As far as the oil goes, I wouldn't use water, I would use something absorbent. And then you can scrub afterwards, because otherwise the oil and the water, they'll just separate and make a bigger mess. I could maybe try moving earth or something to soak up the excess oil.
I was with a girl last week, and the earth moved a little bit for us. It was kind of nice.
Are you sure it wasn't your bowels moving? I'm
pretty sure it wasn't. Might have been hers.
Moving on, you could use kitty litter to absorb the oil. If it's a clay-based kitty litter, it would soak up the fluids rather well. Yeah, you could try that.
Right.
I don't know about kitty litter, but we used to have flump litter back on the farm, and those flumps would get kind of stinky sometimes. So you lay out this litter in these boxes, and they go and they do all their little inking into them.
I fail to see how that solves the problem of a boggle.
Well, I'm saying the flump litter might be more potent, might work better.
Ah, fair point. And where would one find this flump litter?
I would find a wizard friend who might have a magical familiar and see if perhaps they have a source for either kitty or flump litter.
We used to make our own.
Out of what?
Flumps.
Hence why it was called flump litter. Okay, got it.
I'm just joking. Corn cob, actually. You're learning something. You didn't think you'd learn something. Old Emmett over here.
Corn was effective in dealing with the smell.
Oh, yeah. You grind up the corn down into kind of like the cobs, you dry them out and grind them down. Very absorbent.
I can't tell if you're bullshitting me, but it's good enough bullshit for me to buy it. Yeah.
I appreciate it, but no, seriously, I'm being 100% honest here.
Well, we hope that helps a little bit with your question, D&D 35.
Wait,
now how much oil could one little thing create? I mean, I just don't understand.
Yeah, how big is the room? It says everywhere, but I mean, it can't be everywhere because we don't have boggle oil here in the station. So it's obviously not everywhere.
I think it's just an expression. Although I can imagine it could get well. They typically habitate in swamps and around bogs, obviously. So I imagine that they could create a fair amount when aggravated.
All right.
You might want to find a professor who's a druid to plane shift it back where it came from. That might work as well.
A professor who has nothing to do with your grade physics class.
Excellent point.
Now, how exactly do you think they got this idea for taking it? I mean, that just don't make no sense.
It does beg the question.
School prank?
Speaking of school pranks, there was a good one this morning. Someone turned the D on our radio tower into a G. So it's spelled W-A-N-G. It was clever, you bastards. I had to spend all afternoon cleaning that up.
I don't get it.
Well, I won't dick around the joke for you.
All right, I appreciate it. Now, wait a second. Are you sure that they didn't just turn that D upside down to make it look like a G? I mean, maybe it just fell off?
An upside-down D is still a D.
The letters for our studio are capitalized. It really wouldn't look like a G.
Oh, all right. I see what you're saying. Capitals. That does change things a little bit.
Yeah. How have you not seen the lettering on our radio tower? It's right outside the building.
I don't look up much above my own horizon.
That was rather eloquent, Emmett.
Well, there aren't usually, girls up there. They're usually right in front of me.
We come back to that. Okay.
Your viewpoint is indeed fascinating.
See, I'm doing good here. You guys didn't think I was going to do that well.
I have to admit, I was reserving my judgment, but I think I am getting plenty to go on. I think it's time for a commercial break. We'll be right back after news from our sponsors.
Agreed.
Our sponsors have news?
Obviously, otherwise we wouldn't have a news spot.
All right.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Live from the Think Tank this Friday night, we have the best and newest dwarven metal bands playing. Bands like Mindslayer, Dragon Piss, Eye of the Beholder, and Gert. Tickets go on sale tonight. Only 3 silver to get in the door.
This show is not for all ages. Please, no pregnant women, nor nursing, or the elderly. Please drink responsibly. The venue is not responsible for cut purse strings, bouts of rage, or bodily fluids.
Are you tired of waking up the morning after with a raging headache and a case of regret? Try new Greater Restorate On. Apply directly to the forehead and face your walk of shame head on. Remember, Restorate On. Apply directly to the forehead.
For all those music lovers out there like me, we've got a right treat for y'all. Whether you're strumming on the green, picking up those druid chicks in the sunshine, or sneaking out of the dorms before daylight to pick up some action, at DICEBard.com, they can outfit you for any class needed. Take it from me, your friendly TA, variety is the spice of life. Don't settle down with one set of dice, pick from a whole lineup of shapes and sizes. They've even got some silky prints that can brighten up the darkest of towers. And to make it even easier for y'all to get your hands on these beauties, you can use coupon code WAND, that's WAND, for free expedited shipping. I don't know what that is. Visit dicebard.com for all your Bardic College needs and more.
And we're back from commercial break. Thank you for those sponsors. I shudder to think what dwarven metal sounds like.
Well, I mean, we could play some at the next break.
Yeah, so, back to it.
Give people a taste of the show. I think it might be a great idea.
Oh, yeah, that we could. Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, after you. It's your show.
Well, it's our show, but we have a question from a listener of who would win in a fight, 300 rust monsters or an adult gold dragon?
Oh, now see, that's no contest. That little rust dragons eat that little gold dragon right up.
But gold does not tarnish or rust. That's the appeal of gold.
No, I'll tell you, them rust dragons will eat precious metals. I know that. I dated one of the professors here. She does like all those little critters, and she told me that. They'll eat it right up.
Yeah, but they can't cast spells, and a gold dragon can cast spells.
A gold dragon can also fly.
Yeah, but he's made out of gold.
And it has a breath weapon. I'm going to go with the gold dragon.
I think y'all are crazy because that little gold dragon get eaten right up, turned right into rust.
But they have to touch it in order to turn it to rust, and it can fly.
Yeah, but they're very quiet.
You're thinking that it's going to catch the dragon unawares. Okay.
Rust monsters are quiet?
Oh, yeah.
That would be a very stealthy mob of rust monsters.
Yeah, all 300 of them.
Okay.
That does give me an interesting idea for a spell. Silent Swarm. I'll have to experiment with that and get back to you.
All right, let's assume that the dragon can't fly. All right, like it's been grounded, like they got to the wings first. All right, so then seriously, y'all still think the dragon would win?
You're putting a lot of conditions on this fight.
I put one condition on this fight.
The silent rust monster swarm.
No, that's just fact. They're just super quiet. They sneak up on. Ask any adventurer. They sneak up on them all the time. Armor, weapons, gold, all gone.
I'll have to make a note of that when I leave university, that is not a monster I want to encounter.
Never is.
Oh, Rupert, I heard of an item. Your silent swarm. There is a ring out there called the Ring of the Grammarian, and you can change a letter of any spell, and maybe that would help with your study.
That would be useful. Changing letters out of spells. So you could, perhaps you need to feed an army, and you don't know how to feed an army, so you cast fish.
Perfect. And then afterwards you can cast fry to cook them up.
I like the way you think. Yeah.
Yes, I think. I guess that's why I am.
Thank you, Alexa. That was great.
Is Alexa your familiar?
Y'all have the strangest conversations.
No, I do not have a familiar.
Oh, your roommate then.
Sure, let's go with that.
All right.
So what are you studying, Rupert?
Well, when I came to the college, I was excited about the Universalist program, but unfortunately, it is no longer in the school charter. I don't know why they decided to do away with it, but yeah, I'm considering my options at this point. There are many attractive things that I could do. I guess I come from a place of an old way of learning or doing things.
Well, that's why we go to school, to learn new techniques and new ideas, and I'm sorry that the program that you want was revised, but hopefully you find something that you're more suited to.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. But okay. This begs the question. Emmett, how are you working for a college and you're not affiliated with the college at all? Like, what are you doing? Are you a teacher's assistant or something?
Oh, yeah, actually I am. I'm a teacher's assistant here in the college. That teacher I was telling you about that I saw a little bit last year. I was her TA, and then she, kicked me out. But, they didn't cancel my badge or nothing, so I just hang out. I like to think of myself as a TA here for the TNA.
That's actually pretty clever.
That one was kind of funny.
Yeah. Okay, so we have it looks like another message coming in. Let's see. All right, this one is from Slinky Man. I was in a dungeon with my buddies at the top of some stairs checking for traps. They got bored of waiting for me and pushed me down the stairs. I found 3 traps and a hidden kobold. They said I was the best rogue ever. Should I be asking for hazard pay? Signed the Slinky Man.
I don't think you're supposed to find traps with your face.
But it was a rather effective method of doing so.
Very true. Although, I have heard that if you, use that method to find traps throughout an entire dungeon, you usually don't come back in one piece.
So, your vote is for hazard pay, yeah?
Yeah, definitely the hazard pay.
Or at least, some rather expensive diamonds. So they can...
Enough to pay for the repair and the revivify.
Yeah.
I never really had much use for any rogues. I just walk right through them dungeons.
What dungeons have you just walked right through?
Oh, well, there's, Miss Elliott's Dungeon of Pain. That was a fun one. Actually, that's the only one. But I just walked right through from the front door through the back. But it was kind of a time warp. I mean, I must have spent like an hour or 2 in there. It was really strange. Didn't feel like that long.
Miss Elliott's Dungeon of Pain?
Yeah, that's it.
They advertise as Miss Elliott's Dungeon of Pain?
Oh, yeah, Miss Elliott, she's a hoot, too.
So you've gone back on multiple occasions to the same dungeon?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
You'll have to get me the address for this dungeon. It sounds intriguing.
All right, will do.
Is that where you can find this item called oh gosh, I read about it once in a book. It's called a pain doll. It looks like a normal burlap doll, but with no hair or no clothes, and you can use the doll in a ritual to target one humanoid creature whose name you know in the same plane as you, and it requires 10 minutes and a piece of hair, a nail, or the skin from the creature that you target, and then you basically make them suffer a level of exhaustion from excruciating internal pain. I think it's a voodoo doll, and you can do it once every 12 hours. Oh, that's a horrible item. Why would anybody make that?
Yeah, why would this occur to you right now on a college radio show?
I don't know. He said pain and random knowledge and...
So, in answer to your question, no, you can't find that kind of doll there. As a matter of fact, it's not really a place you get treasure from. It's sort of a place you leave treasure at, but it's definitely worth it.
What kind of dungeon do you leave treasure at?
I'll take you sometime.
Okay.
I think we need an adult.
I am an adult. We're all adults. We're in college. You're in college.
It was a joke.
No, I think jokes are funny.
I'll have to try harder next time. I apologize.
I find you quite amusing, Rupert.
Hey, most of your jokes have been spot on. I've been rolling over here, but that one just maybe it went over my head.
Oh, thank you. Your vote of confidence is overwhelming.
I think many things might go over your head.
Probably. You like birds and dragons, weaverns and gryphons.
Flying women.
Flying women, man? Are they flying? Maybe I should be looking up more often.
Harpies, fairies, technically flying women, yeah.
All right, I'll keep to the sky a little more. Wow. You guys are teaching me all sorts of new things.
All right, so we have another proposed contest between 2 creatures. We would call this okay, here we are. It is in Umber Hulk versus a hulking crab. I'm sensing a theme here.
I think that the terrain might pose an issue for both creatures. Can Umber Hulks swim?
I don't know that they can't.
All right, I'm gonna chime in on this Hulk mania here. We gotta think Umber Hulk has got to be the younger Hulk, right? And the crabby Hulk, that's like the later, Spy Kids baddie Hulk. So then, you compare those two, and there's just no contest. I mean, The Hulk that can take Andre the Giant, that's the Hulk that's going to win.
Who's Andre the Giant?
What are you going on about?
He's a giant. You don't met Andre the Giant? He's like a fire giant. He's off in the woods. What the hell is you guys don't know nothing.
That's why we're at a college, is to learn.
All right, well, I'll educate you. There you go. You just learned something new.
I imagine that the Umber Hulk, having a burrowing ability, might be able to potentially sneak up on a hulking crab.
Okay.
Oh, I think so does an Umber Hulk.
All right, you said this Umber Hulk can, like, dig and stuff?
But the hulking crab has blind sight.
Yes, it's a burrowing creature.
All right, it just digs underneath and drains the lake.
Yeah.
And then the crab dies. No more lake.
Okay.
Well, the crabs do have the ability to exist on land as a crustacean.
Yeah, but like for what, a minute or two, like a fish?
No.
Oh.
Not to my knowledge. I would defer to those who have more experience with animals.
All right, so, well, but then there you go. At least there's equal footing now, right?
Fair enough, yeah.
Both are very large creatures. Both have claws. That's a pretty evenly matched fight.
Yeah, I'm not sure the Umber Hulk special abilities could work on the hulking crab. So I don't know if the way the crab eyes are designed, that the Umber Hulk, the gaze it has, would be effective. Might be neutralized.
The only thing I can think of that might harm it would be to drag the Umber Hulk into the water, if the hulking crab was able to get a good enough hit on it. And that might be enough for the Umber Hulk, but I'm not sure, because I don't know if Umber Hulks can swim or not.
We know they can't breathe underwater, but, I mean, with Emmett's proposition that the Umber Hulk has somehow drained the lake and not drowned, I'm going to go with the Umber Hulk on this one.
I'm not sure. I think I will side with you, Rupert. I think you've got a good handle on it.
I gotta disagree. I gotta go with the Umbral Hollywood Hulk.
Because it's crabby?
Because he was the first. He was the Andre the Giant, the younger.
I thought there was a giant... Well, never mind. Lou Ferrigno, it's in there somewhere. Should we take one last message or scroll from someone?
Sure, I think we have time for that, yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and read it off, Emmett?
Oh, crap. Where is it?
It's right here.
All right, let me grab this here scroll. I found this really amazing sword over spring break. That's good luck. And spring break, hot. All right. When I held it for the first time, it spoke to me. Ooh. We've done some great things together and really mowed down the competition in fencing class. Use a sword in fencing class? I thought you'd be using a hammer. Anyway, whatever. But lately it started asking me more from our relationship. I didn't mind it drinking the blood of my enemies, but taking my soul seems excessive. How do I let this sword down gently and escape with my limbs intact? Signed, Steel Hurting. Well, I would maybe go back to the drinking the blood of your enemies thing and stop building fences with it. That might help.
I think that using the sword with mending fences would not be possible. This sounds like you have a cursed item. You might need a priest or cleric or something to get rid of it.
Yeah, I've heard of weapons that sometimes have a personality of their own. They can be cantankerous at best. I'm with Rupert. You should probably seek out a cleric or maybe even a paladin.
But if it's not cursed, you might be able to just set it down and walk away for a day or two, and then, ghost it.
Or assert your dominance by not giving it what it wants for a couple days. No, I think ghosting is a better idea before it makes you a ghost.
No, I like this assert your dominance thing. You just look at right in the pommel and you be like, look at here. I'm in charge, and you're going to do what I say. You can have their souls, but you can't have mine. So let's go to Hackett.
I don't know that soul stealing is really, good.
You know what? That soul, that would become my little buddy. Even my little buddy Hackett.
Okay.
We can go everywhere together.
You did bring up an interesting point, that why are you using an actual bladed weapon when you should be using a fencing rapier or foil.
I'm sorry, what?
A fencing rapier or foil?
You can't build fences with foil.
Mein Gott.
You know, it's getting kind of late. Are we going to wrap this thing up?
Yep, might as well. Well, it's how do we play out? What do we do?
Well, I think it's pretty played out.
Well, thank you for listening to WAND Radio, your musical muse for magical moments. We will leave you with some dwarven metal to showcase the upcoming bands playing tomorrow night, and have a magical evening, folks.
Da 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 shenanigans. Da 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 da.